guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Let me make sure that StreamYard, okay, there we go. I was making sure StreamYard was going to catch up with me. How you guys doing? And does anyone notice anything unusual about this picture today? Let's see. But welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are having a good day. It is so hot at so many places. So hopefully you're staying cool and staying safe. And I just realized my computer charge is kind of low, so I might have to grab that charger in a little bit. All right, so let me start by saying hello. And Ruji, hey there, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hey Rosetta, hey DB. Hey, Lady Z Designs, welcome. Hey, Rosalind and Robin. Hi, Marlene. Hey, Unbiased. Hey, Addie. Hi, Penny, welcome. And Mylene, welcome, welcome. Oh, a sock attachment. Cool, 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 cool. Hey, Melody. Hey, Sherry. Let's see. Hey, Faye, welcome. Dream Styles Unlimited. Patricia, welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right. Hi, Jennifer and Connie. Hey, Bobby. Hi, Rosalind. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Rosewater Pink. It's the Heavy Duty, the Singer Heavy Duty 4452. And I have been watching this for a long time. I saw Rachel sew an Unbiased LLC sewing with it, not pink. She is not going to have pink. And I thought about it. I kept looking at it. And then they came out with that bubblegum pink one, that dark Pepto-Bismol pink one. I didn't like it. Then they came out with this one. Then they ran out of this one. Then it came back. Well, I had a 10% discount. And I honestly didn't think it would apply to this. I got a bundle. And it did. So I decided that's my sign. That is my sign. Hey, Dimps. Hey, Craft Therapy. Welcome. Thanks, Dimps. Oh, Dimps, I'm using some fabric that I got from you. Hey, Karen Murray and D. Smith. Hey, Crafty Sam. Welcome. All right. Hey, Stephanie. And Cindy, welcome. Hey, Robin's Creations, welcome. You know what? I think Shay Shay has this exact machine. I think she has this. But welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so, hey, Visionary Creations. Tonight, I'm going to sew a little purse for one of my great nieces. Great nieces, yes. It's my nephew's daughter and my niece's daughter, who I'm going to see next week. And I can't go empty-handed, so I'm going to make 2 purses, one for each of the girls, just doing one on live tonight. I haven't done it yet. This will be my first time. And then I got to make some things for the guys, too. I know she doesn't use it. I think she likes all those bells and whistles of the electronic sewing machine. But, you know, my old machine, which is a 4562. And I was looking today, when did that come out? Because a while back, I think Kristen looked it up. She thought it came out in 1990. I think she thought it came out in 2000. But from what I saw, it came out in the 1990s, even could be in the 80s. And I thought I had it when my son was really, really, really young, and he was born in 96. And I thought I had it by the time he was 1 or 2 years old. So that's what I've been using all these years, and I love it. It's heavy duty. It's not called heavy duty, but it's metal. It has a lot of metal parts. The inside of this is metal too. The outside's not, I don't think. I think that's plastic, but the inside's metal. Well, I've started having a few little things going on with it. So I also started sewing with my Husqvarna Viking. It has the bells, the whistles, the start stop button, all that stuff. And I was surprised to see the difference between that heavy duty Singer and the Husqvarna and some things, it really wasn't doing as well. And so I decided, I have an industrial machine. I know that, but I can't carry it around. I can't take it downstairs and put it on the kitchen table like I can these. So I ended up going with a really fairly inexpensive machine with the machine and the case. Oh, it's not behind me. It's over there. I got the case bundle. It was $200 and I don't remember how much, but I was really happy with the price. So anyway, we're going to see how it goes tonight. I started a video with it, and what are we saying congratulations for? Oh, your first official day on retirement. Congratulations, Bobby. Bobby, I know it takes a while. It takes a while, and you'll figure it out. You will. But if you go through a little anxiety and depression over the next couple weeks, some people do. I did. I missed the people I worked with. I missed the kids that I worked around. But I got over it. I got through it. So it's okay it's okay not to be okay sometimes. And it may take a couple weeks to be okay. All righty. Hey, Karen Knighton. And Brandy, welcome. Sipping Crafts. Hi, Geneva. Okay, so anyway, hey, Terry Hunt. Hey, Marta. Hey, Rob. Welcome. And hey, Martha. So tonight I'm doing a little girl's purse, and I do have a link to the video that I watched to make this in my video description. Her name is, I can't remember. I cannot remember. Pin Cut Sew, and I linked the specific video that I watched to make this. Hey, Kingsbury Crafts. Yes, Mylene, it's okay not to be okay sometimes. Or maybe you're talking about the anxiety and depression when you retire. I don't know. Hey, Eve. Melody says, she says, OMG, when I retire, I guarantee I won't be depressed. It just was a matter of, you know, my kids are grown and they're fine. And then Tim pretty much can take care of himself. And so working with my kids at the school was kind of my identity, and my friends were there. And so all of a sudden that was gone, and it took a while. It took a while for that to be okay. But it's okay now. Hey, Jess, welcome. All right. Hi, Quilt Lynch. Welcome. Okay. So to make this person, I'm not making it exactly like she did, because she actually did some sewing machine quilting on it. And I'm not doing that, but it looked really cute. Hey, and Penny says, hi to everybody in the chat. And if you don't mind, please give me that thumbs up. It really does help. Okay, so I took notes. And look at this notepad. I got to show this to you. I have 2 pages of notes on this, but I write big and sloppy. But you'll see how sloppy I write. But look at this cute notepad. And then down at the bottom, it has the name of the website where I got it, E. Nicole & Co. And that is Tuck. So if you ever see Creating with Tuck in the chats, that is her company. And so I got it through her website. It's me. I think that's my big thing. It's me now and no one else. I have no excuse. I know the excuses are no longer available, but somehow I still don't. I'm still not super duper productive. Hey, Kristen. But yesterday, hey, Jesse Gibson. Yesterday, and I posted this in my Facebook group. Yesterday, I sewed the 2 pillows. I started one of them when Patrice and I were on Crafternoon last week. And on Crafternoon, I made the little basket. And the little basket has small red and white polka dots. And I ended up finding that I had this larger polka dot fabric. And so yesterday, I was here in my craft room. I made both my pillows. I just brought one upstairs. I made both my pillows. I didn't have any cameras on. I didn't have any lights on. I had a cheesy romance movie on, and it was so calming, so relaxing, and just so much fun. And I was like, okay, this is what I worked from the time I was 13 till I was 60, whatever. This is what I've worked for. And so sit back and enjoy it some too. All right, I'm getting on my soapbox. If I missed anyone, oh, thanks, Kristen. I like the accent too on that. You don't have to be super. Yes, exactly. Being happy is successful. Aw. All right. So, hi, Faye. The other Faye. Faye 1, Faye 2. So, let's go ahead and get started. And like I said, I am not doing the sewing machine quilting like she did. And so I am starting with, thank you, Jems, for the beautiful Barbie fabric. I am starting with a piece of fabric that is 13 inches by 18 inches. Now notice this is really non-directional. There's Barbie heads and the word Barbie going all which ways. Upside down, right side up. And so this can be 13 by 18. If you have directional fabric, because here's going to be the purse. If you have directional fabric, then you would want to, okay, 18 divided by 2 is 9. You would probably want to cut your fabric at 9 1/4 or 9 1/2 for each of the two sides so you can have the direction going the correct way. Stitch those together at the bottom. Then go ahead and cut it to where it is 13 by 18. Okay, so I have 13 by 18 outside fabric. I did put a fusible fleece on the back side of this, and then I got confused and I cut out the fusible fleece where I thought I was going to be poking elastic through. And you know, Pat, you don't poke the elastic through this layer. So yeah, that was a mistake, but it'll be fun. And then you need a piece of 13 by 18, whatever your lining is going to be. So in essence, here's the basis of my purse. A little Barbie on the outside, and then the liner on the inside. Then I went with another one for the straps. The straps are 2 1/4 inches wide by 18 inches. And I put a light fusible interfacing on those because this fabric's a little bit flimsy. And so let's go ahead and get started. All right, Sherry, it's okay. If I miss anyone, I'm very sorry. Okay, so the first step, gotta look at my notes. So the outside is 11 by 18 if non-directional, the lining 11 by 18. Oh, you're gonna use, I think it's 13 inches of 1/4 inch, where is mine? 1/4 inch elastic. Oh my gosh. This could be, you know how I lose things? I had everything out. I had everything out before the live. Okay, we'll find it. If not, I just won't put the elastic in it during the live, and then I'll post it in the Facebook group afterwards, but I think we'll find it. And then if you are quilting your top, she said, make your top a little bit larger because quilting is going to cause it to contract and maybe become a little misshapen. And you want to be able to have enough of it large enough so that you can then cut it down to 11 by 18. So the first thing is we are going to check behind the pillow. Thank you. Whoopsie. No, not back there. That was a good idea. Good idea, Rachel. You just never know with me. Hopefully we'll find it. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to fold the outside piece pretty side to pretty side. And I'm going to sew down this side and this side at 1/4 inch. Now, let me, and I'll add my camera here in just a second, under my notes. Nope, not under my notes. But thanks. Thanks for trying. Okay, let me look and see if this is a 1/4 inch foot. It appears to be a 1/4 inch foot. Close enough. It looks a little wider than the one on my other machine, but it's going to be close enough. So I have my stitch length for this set to about 2.5, slightly larger than 2.5 because I'm going through this other stuff as well. I know, Kristen, isn't it pretty? And then I want to grab some clips. Hey, Coretta. It's probably under some of my fabric somewhere. No, I thought I found it. That's probably true. It's probably under something. Again, I put fusible fleece on the back of this, and some people don't like to sew through their fusible fleece, especially on baskets. I like to because it causes it to be sturdy everywhere instead of bendy at the sides and then sturdy in other places. And so that's what I did here. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have done it that way, but we'll see. Okay, so we're clipping it on the sides. I'll show you what that looks like here in just a minute. Again, this started out at 11 by 18 inches. If I accidentally said 13 earlier, I apologize. It's 11 wide, 18 inches tall. The straps are 13 inches long. Okay. Alrighty, let me go ahead and move this down. And we are tight. We are tight up here. Here's the one thing I really, really wish the sewing machines would do, and whoops, you're right in front of me. I wish it would have longer cords that go from the machine to the floor for the foot pedal. I ordered one off of Amazon, and I even sent them a question, asked them, and they told me the length that supposedly was from the machine to the foot pedal. No, it wasn't. That was the length from the machine to the plug-in. All right. Maybe I can get this under my face. Hello, Mrs. Parker. Okay, thank you for watching the replay. Okay. All right, let's see how this looks. Let's just add it and see what happens. That doesn't look bad. Can you see all my junk back there? Probably. What is that? Stuff on my cart. It'll be okay. I need to get a little further away. All right, that looks pretty good. It is. Yes, Mrs. Parker. It's in my Etsy shop. Thank you. Yes, Annette, my new Rosewater pink machine that I bought. And I'm sorry this is right in my face, but that's going to be the best camera view for the machine. Okay, this is my first project to do on it. I've done a few little sample stitches. This is the first project. Now, this was an accident. I thought I was going to be running my elastic through this layer, and I didn't want this fleece poking out on accident. And that's not how it goes, and so it just looks like that. It's going to be fun. So I like to drop my needle, drop my foot, and then this is the reverse. So you can't really see it. There's a little reverse thing right here. Quilt Wench, I think she has this exact machine, and I don't see her use it. Patrice, you go be on vacation. Go be on vacation. Hey, Stacy, thanks for coming in. Patrice, thanks for coming in. But go be on vacation. Okay, let's see. Okay, hopefully I didn't miss anyone. All right, so we are going to stitch Just a couple stitches. Let's go backwards, and then we're just going to take off. This one sounds so much better than my 30-ish-year-old one. And it's close to the exact same machine, honestly. Whoops, I got off there a little bit. That's fine. It's fine. Oh, it has a little thread cutter over here, which I don't love this. I'd rather just use my snips. My little snips like this. Hey, Valerie. Hi, Eva Marie. Welcome. Let's see. Inches in front of your sewing in order to have control of your fabric. If the machine was further away, it'd be more difficult to reach. But here's the deal, Rachel. I would like to be able to stand up and do it with my foot. And there's no way to stand up and do it with your foot when it's so short. That's just me. What happened was when I was using that Husqvarna Viking and I stood up like Stacy sews standing up, and it looked so cool, so I tried it and I loved it. But I just don't love that machine for sewing. Shay, people were saying you were going to be jealous. I said she has this machine. It sounds so smooth. Yeah, we're twinning. Yes, we are. All righty. So that's what we have so far. Let me see what my next note said. It said turn it right side out. Okay, so let's turn it right side out. Okay, let me get rid of this for a second. Okay, so we're going to turn it right side out. Well, let me trim a few of the threads just to get them out of the way. All right, turn it right side out and then poke out those corners. But Juki took over Shay using her pink machine. Yes. All right, so I want to poke that corner out if I want to. I have my chopstick here. And because I have fusible fleece lining it, I don't have to baby it as much as I would if I didn't have something inside there to protect the fabric. You don't want to poke so hard that you push out your fabric. So that looks good, a nice corner. And let's see. Come on. All right. There we go. That one doesn't look quite as good. Let's see. It looks fine. All right, so we have it right side out. And there's the start of my little purse. Isn't it cute? Okay. You're working on a new bag and you're a bit stressed. Shay, I'm sorry. All right, Mrs. Parker. Okay, that looks good. This side looks good. I have a little bit of that's not thread, that's part of the fabric that it's just a fray from the fabric. So I'm going to cut that off, and it's not going to mess up the integrity of anything because it's just a fray from the fabric. It's not my thread. All right, there we go. That's the start of it. All right, so now here's what we do is we take our, let me just add this back. I don't think you guys want to see my thighs. All right. So we are going to take our straps, which started at 2 1/4, by 13 or 18. Now I don't remember what I said. I think it was by 13. Yes, by 13. No, by 18. Let's check it. Yes, by 18. And we're going to fold it over. Remember, I have just a very thin fusible interfacing on these because they were really flimsy. And let me turn on my iron. Got cords going all over the place. That's a good idea, Cindy. Shay Cindy says, go outside, clear your head, and then come back. You love thighs? Oh, yeah, I like chicken thighs, right. Sorry about this, but whatever. Okay, so just like if you're making your own bias tape, we're going to fold it in two. We're going to press. I'm taking some weight off of it when I move it down. It's not very hot yet. Let it heat up. Hey, Lisa. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, that's a little better. Because I have that fusible interfacing in there, it doesn't quite press down like if it were just fabric. You know, it wants to rebound kind of open. So if I had my clapper over here, maybe that would help. But we're fine without it. Thanks, Connie. It's a little crazy fabric. The straps, hopefully they look okay with everything else. But if you're not going to do the quilting like she did, this should be a fairly quick project. Should be. Emphasis on should. Okay, so we have that done. Now we're going to fold in and press this bottom side. Now I'm not taking any weight off of it. I don't think it's going to matter. And then after we finish this side, we'll do the exact same thing to the other side. And so again, if you've ever made your own bias tape, you're doing what you would do there. Now, can I get away with folding and then folding again and just pressing? Probably. Well, let's try it. Save ourselves a step. Rachel, you didn't notice? You talking about the pictures that I sent to you, or are you talking about from their website? When I got the machine, I was trying to figure out how to get the needle to move, because you can have it. This is a feature I haven't had on my other one. You can move the needle to the left. You can move the needle to the right. And to me, that's like, ooh, I may not ever have to put a zipper foot on. But it's super easy changing out the feet also. There's a little lever that just releases them. And then you just put the presser foot down on your new foot and it clicks in by itself. The picture I sent, you didn't notice it was pink. Rachel. So anyway, I was trying to figure out how to get the needle position to move. And so I got a hold of Rachel because she has this machine and she helped me figure out how to get it to move. What's weird is, so once I moved it once, now I've had no trouble getting it to move. But it's because of a setting that it was on, and now I know what to do. Okay, so we have this pressed down the way it needs to be. We will sew it But for now, I'm going to put these clips on it to try to give it a little bit of, oh, that's hot, little bit of memory, so that when I sew it, it won't want to come open, because I still have to press that other one. So let's go ahead and clip this, move it out of the way. Yes, it does, Kristen. There's nothing electronic about this. It is all mechanical. So on the top, you have your stitch width dial, you have your needle position dial, you have your tension dial. On the front, you have your stitch length. You also have your stitch type. And there's 33 stitches plus the buttonhole stitch. And it has regular and decorative stitches. It also has stretch stitches and some edge stitches. Now, what will I use? The straight stitch for the most part, the zigzag some. I'm going to try to learn how to use the buttonhole. Okay, Kristen, probably so. Is yours a mechanical Singer? And honestly, I don't need those 33 stitches. Oh my goodness, it says my Mac is gonna die. I'm gonna have to bug somebody to bring me my charger. And by someone, you know who I mean. Hey, precious pieces, Nicole, welcome. Welcome. Let's see if I can get Tim to answer the phone. Can you guys see what I'm dialing? Bobby. Tim. Hey, can you bring my charger and I'll meet you out in the hall? It's my computer, my laptop. It's the big block. No, I don't need the extension cord. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Tim to the rescue. Okay, we are back in business. Let me get this plugged in over here and plugged in my computer. Somehow I've lost one of my chargers. So usually I have a charger upstairs and a charger downstairs, and I just keep them that way. And I don't know what happened to my other one. Nicole, I'll tell him thanks from you. All right, so we're still just working on this bias tape type stuff. That's going to be our handles. I could have done this before the live, but I really wanted you to see all the steps. Maybe I should have done one of these. Hey, Gail. Jazzy G. Welcome. He's a pretty sweet guy, Mylene. He has his moments. He has his moments, as do I. It took many, many, many years to get to his demeanor he has now. But it was worth the wait. And I'm sure he thinks the same of me. Maybe not worth the wait, but, you know, to get the demeanor to where it is today. And I'm sorry you guys can't really see that too well. So this time I ended up just ironing both sides first. Yes, Lisa. Ooh, I'm hot. I'm a hot girl. And I'm not bragging. All right, so let's go back now and fold this in two. And press. And you want to try to get those fairly evenly, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick the best looking side and have that be the top side that really shows more. Oh, I'm not blushing. I'm hot, Rachel. I'm hot. Hot up here. I'm going to have to turn my fan on. All right, get a few pins in this. Then comes what I struggle with, and that is to get a stitch down the very, 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 very edge of fabric. I did okay on my pillows when I added the ribbon to them. I did okay, but not great. But you can't see it. Okay, that side looks good. And that side looks fine. Let's fix it down here a little bit. So it doesn't really matter. They're pretty even. Whew. Oh, good. You're going to be finishing your garden hanger. Welcome back home. You've been gone a long time. Been gone a long time. All right, let me get a little air circulating here. Hopefully it won't be too loud. Okay, so now it's time to stitch down both sides of this strap. So let's move that. Bring this a little closer. I know that's hard to see. Let's see. Not that I want it to be really big and you see all my mistakes, but there we go. Okay, so I want to be stitching this. I want it to be just on the very, very edge. So, good luck with that, Marilyn. Well, there's this little break in the foot right here in the front, and my old one was on the side, so you can just tuck it down in there, and you're good. Okay, so I'm going to try. I am not good at sewing straight, but I'm going to try to keep that. I'm going to try to keep it right there. What I should do is put a little tape down right here, but I want to be able to see by it. So it's fine. These girls don't care about perfection. Hey, Mary Brown. Nicole? You've been away from your house since April? That is a long time. Are you fooling me? Are you messing with me? Okay, okay, I want this to be about a stitch length of 3 for a top stitch. Okay, let me get it situated where I want it. Okay. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna go, oh, move over, move over. I'm gonna go fairly slow and fairly crooked. Hey, Sean, welcome. Oh, hush. Hush, I say, hush. Oh, I am weaving. Good thing they don't really care. I am not selling this. It'll be fine. And I'm not going to worry about back stitching. Get over. Because this is going to be sewn down into at least one more seam. Okay, I'll do a tiny back stitch. I lied. I'm going to do a little bitty back stitch. Okay. So let's just pull it out and go back the other way. You could just keep stitching, but I kind of like to actually remove this from it. Let me look at it. Okay, I caught all the fabric. That's good. It's not perfectly straight, but I did catch all the fabric. Now, the only reason that I'm going to top stitch over here is so that it looks even. And that's pretty typical when you're making straps, is that you go ahead and top stitch both sides. Rachel. I'm so slow, Rachel. So slow. Aha! I just discovered something. Hold it with your finger here, and it kind of helps it. How is it that I'm this old and just discovered that? It's kind of like a guide over there. But you gotta wait, make sure you don't go the other way with it. Okay. I am really enjoying this little sewing machine. All right, we have one strap. Looks pretty good. Looks good enough. Oh, you do? Okay, Rachel. I should have been paying attention. I understand wanting access to the crafty things, that's for sure. Okay, so let's do this second one. I can kind of see under it, get it where I want it to be. I'm so used to having to kind of crank it to start it. On my other one, that's what I would do. Now, my fabric on the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, it's a little further out than the top. So I'm probably going to have to go a little bit to the left. Maybe not, just to make sure I catch that. No, I don't think I have to go to the left. I think I just have to make sure I don't go to the right. So because of that, this might be my bottom side of the strap. We'll see. Lisa? Oh, I thought you were saying you could, Lisa. I was going to say, how do you do that? Yeah, Rachel probably can. She probably can sew by feel. Boy, that is really sticking out. Not a big deal, though. Okay. So let me make sure I cut all my fabric. All the fabric was caught. Flip it and do the other side. And we don't have many more steps to actually go. Rachel, I love the little ruffle. Was that considered a backpack? I think, yeah, little ruffle backpack you did. I thought about doing that for the girls, and I thought that is really complex for me to be able to get done, plus make everything I need to make for the boys, plus do everything I need to do before we leave. But I really want to make that you made. Okay, things are flying around behind me. Okay. Hey, J Mama. For a second, I didn't see the J. Probably because I have this thing in front of my face. Okay, I think that is going to be one of the making those straps is like the long process of this whole thing. Yeah. Some's flying around because I turned my fan on. Okay, so I have my 2 straps. I have the basis of my purse. Let me go ahead and change this out. No, I didn't order the extension table with it. I didn't order that bundle. Should I have? I probably should have, huh? Okay, there's my purse. Here's my straps. And so I think both straps look fine. I'm not going to be too concerned about which side is up and which side is down. But now what I want to do is, hey, Evelyn, cold here in Australia. We have the fire going. Oh, my goodness. It was mid-90s here today. It was hot. Hot, hot, hot. It's like that all week. Okay. So this side does probably look a little bit better. So now I'm going to put the straps like this. So just hold it out. This is a side. Okay, that's the side I want up. So let's flip it over for now. Okay. So the side you want to eventually be the upside is facing the fabric, just like when we put pretty side to pretty side. I'm just going to make a U, so it's straight. Just make a U. And I want these to be in about, I just flipped them, about, what'd she say? 2.5 inches from this side. Centered about 2.5 inches from this side. Did my hair just get on that? But it's really all personal preference on what you want. But what I do want to make sure is that I'm consistent. Whatever I do to the left one, I want to do the same measurement on the right side. So get that flattened out. Get my ruler. What did I say? 2.5 inches? So I'm going to burn an inch because this ruler has excess space at the end. So I like to burn an inch. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 2.5. And we're going to be centered on that. So we'll do the same thing over here. Let's make sure it's really on the edge. Okay, so I'm going backwards now. So let's see. 1, 2, 2.5 would be over just a little bit. And then if I want to check them to see if they're the same, I could just flip my purse and see if they end up in the same place. And roughly they do. This one could move a little bit, or this one. Actually, this one's fine. I just don't have my pin in the middle of it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. You could put bow straps on. I'm going to go ahead and baste this down. And so let me remove this little thing. Oh, so this has a little compartment here for stuff. And then you can just slide this off, like if you want to do a sleeve or something. But I'm going to slide it off and just make this a little easier. All I'm doing right now is basting this on. And so I want my, I'm going to move this up a little bit. I want my stitches to be at the very top. because all I'm doing is making sure this doesn't shift when I sew it all together later. So I'm going to use a tiny little seam allowance. Okay, let's move the machine so that the foot pedal will reach the floor. Happy birthday! What is mezcal? I don't know, but if it's Evelyn, it's some alcohol. I'm just teasing you, Evelyn. Is it a wine? All right, let's go ahead and stitch over this. Again, I'm just basting this, but I might as well go back over it. Let's see, what is it? Oh, tequila. Ooh. Ooh. Don't drink too much. We don't want to read about you in the newspaper. All right, so move that one a little bit. Not that I actually read a newspaper, but you know. How about we don't want to read about you online? Okay, let's get over this one. Get it kind of straight. Get that thread out of the way. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And so eventually, when we put the lining in, we sew it, this will flip up. That's why I wanted the pretty side of the strap down against the fabric. Only one shot. Okay. Evelyn, is your husband back in the hospital? Okay, so now this time, rather than measuring, let me see if I see a good side and a bad side. Ooh, okay. Well. Let's just call this the good side. So let's put it down against the fabric, flip those up, and then I'm just going to pin it so I don't have to worry about it flipping over. And then all I'm going to do is match it to where the one on the other side is, and then flip it down. Evelyn, I'm sorry. We're having a birthday party for you right now. Just none of that tequila for me. All right. Hey, still in the diversity. Welcome. Okay. So just like the other side, all we're doing right now is basting these on. We're just attaching them so they don't shift later. And so for that reason, I am stitching very close to the edge. Thanks, Dems. Yes, if you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you would like the live. Also, Dems will be on tomorrow morning. She's coming on at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So for anybody in the Central Time Zone like me, I'll be 10 in the morning. Let's see, Rosalind, for you, be 9 in the morning. And if Miss Joyce is on here, be 8 in the morning. Or Marissa, she's in California. Okay. Sylvia. Okay. So here's what we have. And so eventually it'll look like that. But before it looks like that, we need to put the lining in it. We're also going to put that elastic in there. So we have to sew a channel for it. But what I want to do before we do any of that is I want to get my lining ready. So with the lining, again, this is non-directional. I thought I ironed this. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hold the phone. We gotta iron this. We have to press it. Hey, Rougie. She just popped in to wish Evelyn a happy birthday and healing prayers for your husband. That is so sweet. Yeah, Brandy, that came together nicely, but it's going to get even better. Get even better. Whoops. Get better, because this will be sewn down. You'll see. You'll see, you'll see, you'll see. I'm trying, damn, so I'm not doing a great job. Demps, do you know what you're going to make yet? Or are you like me this week and wait till like the day of your live to figure it out? Actually, I started watching this video yesterday. I agree, Evelyn. All right, so let me get my notes out here. Fold that, do the handles, attach the handles, baste it on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So it could use another pressing, but it's the lining. It'll be fine. No idea. Scrolling YouTube now. Okay, so this is also 11 by 18. It's one piece because it's non-directional fabric. If you have directional fabric, instead of being 11 by 18, you do 11 by about 9 1/4, another 11 by about 9 1/4, and do a 1/4 inch seam at the bottom. Open it up, make sure it came out to be 11 by 18. But we don't have to worry about that. So we're going to clip this together just to kind of keep it where it needs to be. We're just clipping it at the top. And then let's see, do I have the sides? Yep, the sides are lined up just fine. Let me just kind of hand press that down. Now, I am going to sew all along one side. But on the other side, I'm not. First of all, where's my Fusion marker pen? Oh, they're in here. I think they're in here. Let's see, let's see. Yep. Okay, let me make sure that this... Why do I have a hard time figuring out how to get the ink to come out there? Okay. Good. Keep working, keep working. Okay. So first of all, I want to leave an opening of about 3 inches at the bottom. Yes, it does, Dimps. Once I put, well, let me put it back on. So it has this that just had something in the bottom of it. Just slides in, and then you can pull this open, and you have your little compartment right here. Okay, so let's mark about 3 inches approximately. It's not a big deal if it's off, so I probably do a little less. So I'm going to leave it open from there down. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a pin here, so I have to take that pin out, and hopefully it'll remind me to stop there. Then what else am I going to do? I'm going to mark 3/4 of an inch from the top. Let me burn that inch. I want this to be a little more precise down here. So I'm going to mark 3/4. And then the other one is 1 1/4. Uh-oh. No. So 1 1/4. So it's going to be right here. So eventually this, does my hair keep getting in that? Sorry. This is going to be my channel, my opening for my 1/4 inch elastic that I've lost, that I hopefully will find. If I don't find it, I have to find it. I just have to find it. So it'll be fine. Okay, so remember on this side I'm sewing all the way down. On this side, I'm going to sew from the top to my first mark. Then I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to start sewing again from here to my 3 inch from the bottom mark. I'll stop there, and then we'll move on. So let's do the easy side first. And this has no lining or anything. I'm going to go ahead and change the stitch length to right at 2 1/2. Okay, my marks are on the top side, but I have no marks on this side, so I'm just going to put it down. And we're going to do about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And by about, it's because I think this presser foot is a 1/4 inch, but I don't know for sure. So we're going with that. Let's see, gotta go packing to travel 600 kilometers tomorrow to our grandchildren. So excited. Well, enjoy, Faye. If we were like the rest of the country and I knew what a kilometer was, I wouldn't know how far that is. To say, Kristen, are you here? Can you convert that to miles? Hey, Qualities Creations. Yes, Mylene, she says, Faye, enjoy, spoil them. And spoil them so much your kids get jealous. I love that. Hey, Donzel, welcome. Okay, so this is a side that we are going to stitch all the way down. Now there's not a lot of pressure on your liner, but I'm still going to do just a little back stitch. Or as Kelly calls it, a back tack. And I've heard people on YouTube call it that. So, do you call it a back stitch? 372 miles. Oh, that's a long way. Do you use the phrase back tack, or what did I call it? Whatever. Reverse stitch. Now I can't even think of the right word. Well, the other word. Okay. So on this side, we're sewing this little bit here, then we're jumping over that, and then we'll keep going. Back stitch. That's the word I'm trying to think of. All right, let's see. Whoopsie. And maybe I should have a thanks, Stamps. You use back stitch. Maybe I should have a little leader piece of fabric here, but I don't. So let's be gentle. And then I am going to use a back stitch. Okay, there's my mark. So I'm going to back stitch a little here. Now let's just lift, and I can just kind of pull it out and keep going. And hopefully I'm about where I need to be. Yep, that looks good. Now remember, we're going to, first of all, let's go a couple of back stitch and then keep going. We're stopping about 3 inches from the bottom of this because that's going to allow us to turn it. Okay. Why are the tension discs up? Should I have mine up? Can you see your tension discs through there? I'm not sure exactly what context you're asking about, Kristen. But maybe Rachel knows what you're talking about. The things that are sticking up on top of your machine. Oh, you're talking about this? Okay, you're talking about this thing? That will adjust, I believe that will adjust the height of your presser foot. Now this is just for doing a bottom. Oh, Kristen was asking, why are the tension discs up? Should I have mine up? But maybe she was talking about this, but that's not the tension disc. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to put the correct side, the pretty side of the purse, down into, let me trim this up. Hey Donna, welcome. Okay, the white thing you just pointed out. Oh, okay. So now we're going to put the pretty side of the little purse down into the lining. And fit it down in there. The main thing I care about right now is just getting the tops together. And so I'm going to find, oh, let me press these seams real quick. Sorry, you know I'm a presser. I am a presser. And I'm not too concerned about it all the way down. But I'm going to be doing quite a bit of sewing up in this area, so I do want that to be smoothed out. Okay, so they both look fine. Now we're going to go back and put the pretty side of our purse down into the lining. And you want to match up your side seams. And so here's my side seam of my lining, and it looks like I should have done more back stitching up there. Here is the side seam of my purse. Now this has, I didn't iron that little piece out. And it naturally wants to go this way. So I'm going to leave it in its natural, the way it naturally wants to go. I think that's the safest. Now we're going to come to this side, match up our side seams. And this one naturally wants to go this way on the inside, so let's just let it. And get those sides lined up. And we'll clip that at the top. Cindy, you were able to clip. So most of the day, that is wonderful. Okay, let me think about this. Should these be tucked down in there or out? Uh-oh. Okay, they're going to be like this. That's how they're going to be. Not tucked in, not outside. They're going to be straight up. And again, we're just trying to match up the top of the lining with the top of the purse. I hope I have that right by saying it stays like that. I'm pretty sure I do. So Cindy, what were you sewing on? Hi, Diane. Cindy, that's hilarious. I've never noticed it. Like a puppy dog that, turns her head. All right. And in the best case, these actually come out to be the same size and you don't have puckers. But sometimes you do. Okay. Well, let me look at this. Okay, we're going to stitch all the way around to start with. Because remember, we left that 3-inch hole over here, and that's how we're going to be able to turn it. Hey, Risa. What did Kristen say? Let's see. Shouldn't the straps be sandwiched in? Because how would you turn it? Okay, hold on. I think you're right. You are so right. I think you're right. Thank you. Yes. It has to be. Could you tell I was having my doubts? And you want to get them far enough away so you don't accidentally sew them a second time. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Risa. You could put big stop signs in the chat when you see something like that. All right. Let's fix this one. I appreciate you guys bringing that up. And then also, I think I want them, nice and straight so that they'll sew straight and not be all wonky. All right, I'm going to lift this up just a little bit, and then I'm going to sew this at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, your second celebration quilt. And is there a certain celebration? Yes, that's it, Kristen. Oh, Kristen, I think you were. You were on to something, then you were like, no, that's not going to work. And then you moved on to something else. So, all right, let's go ahead and sew this together. I'm going to go ahead and take this back off. And I'm going to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Oh, okay. Awesome. the big one that's coming up. Okay, so let's see. Let's just, doesn't really matter where you start, so let's just start right here. And I think my head keeps getting under this. I feel like that is a really big 1/4 inch. It's hard to see. So I have it where my needle is and to the outside. No, it feels like it's a large 1/4 inch, as my husband would say, 1/4 inch strong. So I'm going to try to have it a 1/4 inch. I'm going to try to have the fabric just weak of that. Well, that's pretty. Never mind. Let's just do it. Let's just go. Quit analyzing. Cindy, that's a good idea. Oh my goodness, this will be my first time to use it. Okay. I want to move the needle that way. Ha ha ha. Did you guys see that? Okay. That is so cool. That's a good way to use it. Okay. So now my needle is to the right. Let me put it back in the middle. Whoops, that's to the left. That's in the middle. So we're going to move it to the right. I love that idea. Okay. So now it's going to be a little less than a 1/4 of an inch because I moved that needle. Oh, that's a good thing, Evelyn. I love boxes. I love boxes from Amazon. Okay. So there's my strap. Let's just go. A little back stitch. And then I'm going to try to keep this side of the foot on the top edge. And my pins kind of want to get caught, not my pins, my clips kind of want to hang up underneath. Oops. My beard. Okay, let me get something where I can hold that down. Whoops, it just fell to the floor. But I have like 3 seam rippers in this top drawer, but I like to hold the fabric down like this. Because your needle can kind of lift it or shove it on that side. Okay. Okay, here's another strap. And that just climbed right over it, no problem. Fusible fleece in here, my strap, which is 4 layers each, plus 1, 2, 3 layers of, or it'll be 4 layers of fusible interfacing. So there's a lot under where that strap is. Move it back to, thank you. Yes, and I have mastered the threader tool, Kristen. It's the first machine I've ever been successful on. So now I'm ready to go back and try it on my other machines that have that. Well, which is just a Husqvarna. Is that the only thing I have my threader on? I think so. Okay, so I'm going to have a little bit, you see this little pucker here? I'm going to have a little bit of a pucker in my lining. It's not that big of a deal, it's in the lining. Ah! Come on. I was trying to push in on that. Okay. Alrighty. So, let's trim that off. Move this out of the way and let's flip our little purse right side up. There's the opening. And then I did a little back stitch here, so hopefully that doesn't, come undone or rip it a little bit. Because I have so much in here, because I have that fusible fleece and everything, maybe I should have gone just a little bit more. Maybe I should have left 3.5 inches, but it'll get through. I'm going to kind of hold it. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's see. Let's push it. Push it from the back side. Okay, there we go. Were you guys around when we did those little candy bags in the hoop that had the vinyl, the plastic or whatever on the outside of them? And we were doing little bitty ones, and it took me about 20 minutes just to turn the darn thing. Yes, birthing a bag. Push it real good. I was thinking that same thing, Money. Okay, there we go. So now, yay, Kristen and Risa, thank you. Okay, so now we need to just stitch this up, and so I'm going to fold it just like it had a 1/4 inch seam allowance here. I'm going to keep it kind of folded in, roll it under a little bit, and then I'm just going to use the machine to stitch this up. If you wanted to, you could use some Heaton Bond, the little strips of it. You could use something like that. You could do a little whip stitch, but I'm going to use the machine. This is the liner, so it doesn't matter that much. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Fern. So let's go ahead and bring it back over. Still have that needle off to the right some, so let's turn this fabric this way. And actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it to the middle now, because that's what I'm used to doing. And then just sewing this on the very edge. Okay, I want to make sure it's smooth, flattened out, nothing else under it. Do a little back stitch. getting ready to do 3 top stitches. We're going to do 1 top stitch just to make it look nice at the very top. We're going to do a second top stitch for the top of the channel where the elastic goes. If I want to put elastic in it, since I don't know where my elastic is, you wouldn't have to. I mean, you could leave it like this, but it's meant to have elastic in it. And then I think actually if you had your lining up like that, that'd be really cute, but that's not the way I made it. So let's get that down, and then let's start ironing. Let's start pressing. Hi, Veronica. Okay, so I think I'm going to start pressing at the straps. Because I know exactly where it needs to be at the straps. Thanks, Cindy. I got the Barbie fabric from Dimps of Dimps Designs. She has sons. And I am making this. I'm going to make 2 of these. One for my great niece, Remy, and one for my great niece, Piper, who I get to see next week. So you want to roll that inside down. Thanks, Steve. Yes. Oh, they will love it. Yes. Yes. I made them shirts, you know, back when the Barbie movie came out that really no child their age should see. That was before I knew that. Because they were going to see the Barbie movie. And so I made them some bling shirts and sent those out for them, and they loved those. So I'm assuming they still like Barbie. Some bling bling would be pretty. Yeah, around the top, that would be cute. Now the top though is going to gather here in a little bit. Wouldn't have to. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure that the work you put in to get the top to gather is going to be worth it. But I want to see it the way it was, you know, designed to be. Oh, some big bling. I was thinking bling bling. Yeah, I could do big bling, or I could even just do a few strips of regular bling, kind of like, you know, the templates that we make for wristlets, just straight templates. Sometimes they'll have like different, you know, patterns in them. That could be cute. AB stones. Thank you guys so much for being here this evening. Oh, I won't be here next Thursday, and probably not the Thursday after that, because we are leaving Thursday morning to go on our trip. And ouch. And should be coming back that next Thursday. And it's I don't know how many kilometers it is, but it's a long drive. I don't even know how many miles it is, but it's a long drive. And so I know we won't be back by any 6:30 in the afternoon. So most likely I'll be gone 2 Thursdays. Hey, Gail. Thank you, Kristen. Okay, I think I've made it all the way around. Let me give this one just one more little press. Can't see too well over there, but I think I got it in the right place. Thank you, Bobby. Thanks, Diane. Okay, so I'm going to do what Cindy, it was Cindy that had me do that, right? And use that needle move. I'm going to use that again because I want to top stitch close to the top of this. Or do I want to stitch it so close? No, let's try it. Let's try it. We're going to move that needle again. So watch this needle. We're going to move it to the right. And I'm going to start my top stitch near a side seam. Now, how far away is that going to be? It's going to be fine. I like this function. It's really neat. All right. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Yes, I want to change the stitch length to a 3. The top stitch is just decorative. It's really not functional for, you know, helping the bag stay together or anything. It's really just, it just finishes it off nicely. So I want to do that at a 3, and I appreciate you reminding me, Kristen. So let's go ahead and start. When I get to that seam, I'm going to do a tiny little back stitch, and then I want to make sure that my fabric is really tucked inside the whole way around this. I want to make sure my lining fabric is really rolled down and tucked inside. Here, I feel like it's sticking out just a little bit. It might be sticking out a little bit right where I'm stitching. I hope not, but it might be. But it's pink also, so it'll blend in. Okay, now it's trying to come out here also. I am not used to this smooth a machine. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Does the Moo machine have a triple stitch? I love the triple stitch for top stitching. I usually use a 3.5 to 4. Something to try to see if you like it. So would that mean there's 3 needles? I can put a 2 needle on here. Hey Marliese, I'm not familiar with the triple stitch. You have that same machine in the same color. Marliese, I'm loving it. After I bought it, I was watching a young lady who was really ranting and raving about bad stuff about it. And I'm wondering if she didn't thread it correctly or didn't run the bobbin correctly. I don't know. And she could have gotten a lemon, but it seems to be doing fine. Okay, let's see if Cindy said the triple stitch. Okay, so here's where we're meeting up with where we started. And so I'm just going to stitch past it. And let's do one little back stitch. Okay, so let's see. Rachel, shame on you. Rachel, whoops. Rachel, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Oh, okay, that looks really good. Now what I need to do is make the channel. Yeah, I've seen that, Kristen, that some people are really negative about them. They're really inexpensive little machines. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know if I want to do this next step. But let's look for my opening. It's on the lining side. Here it is, right here. So what I would need to do is I would need to sew above it and below it. Okay, so if I sew above it, here's what I'm thinking. That's about a ½ inch. About, not quite a ½ inch. Here's what I'm thinking. Now I'm just really liking this needle mover thingy, position thing. Haven't had any issues. You do have to make sure you're threaded right. I've enjoyed sewing through heavier fabrics. Awesome. Yes, and you know, hopefully they'll eventually come out with a purple one too. Hopefully, hopefully. Okay, so here's what I think I might do. Now I'm thinking I might put this needle position to the other side and then stitch using this as my guide. Let's see if I lay that down. Now the lady sewed hers from the inside. I don't like that. I want to sew mine from the outside. But I am going to see if I did that, my stitch, I think would be just about perfect. So that's what we're going to do. We'll just make sure it's tucked in there. And let's try it. Here, let me start on the side that's open. This side right here. Let's try it. Okay. I don't think I'm even going to backstitch. So it's going to be really close to this first top stitch, which is fine. Lavender would be gorgeous. Okay, what Gail say? What did Gail say? Oh, yes, she was being ornery, Gail, that's all. Just being ornery. Okay, here we go. I feel like my top stitch, my first top stitch, oh, you're swerving, Marilyn. My first top stitch maybe should have been closer to the top. It'll be good. I'm losing focus. I'm getting tired of the project. Does that happen to anybody else? Or do you guys keep pinpoint focus all the time? Yes, gray is a nice color for it. Almost as nice as this pretty little rosewater pink. It's a good thing Unbiased couldn't tell it was pink in my picture. She might not have helped me. Okay, let's trim. Let's trim that under there. I want to aim to have them meet up exactly. And close, close, close. Close. Close but no cigar. Okay, we have one more stitch to do, and then all we have to do is put in our non-existent elastic. Okay, so this last one, let me see where it needs to be. Okay, it needs to be just about an inch down, maybe slightly more than an inch. Let me get that back to the center where I'm used to it being. And then, let me see, which one of these marks is an inch? Oh, Rachel. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's 1 inch is this bar line way over here, pretty much. Okay, that's what we're going to use. Because if it's a little more than an inch, it's going to be fine. Okay. So I'm going to watch it here. Okay. Let me start where that seam is. Close to the seam. Okay. I would rather watch the chat than watch my sewing. That's my problem. And here's the good news is, once this is kind of gathered up, if it's not straight, I don't think you're going to notice it. Oh, 7/8. Oh, well. It'll be okay. It'll fit. Hopefully. Hopefully. My safety pin might not fit, but my elastic will if I can find it. Okay, let me trim this on the inside. Okay, and the home stretch. Look at that, meeting up, meeting up. Hello, stitch. Okay, I think we're done sewing. So, take Kristen's, oh, I am in the middle. I'm just going to take her advice and put it back in the middle. Okay. So here is what we are looking like now. We have our top stitch. That's just decorative. We have our first stitch above the channel. We have the bottom stitch below the channel. Now it's time to look for my elastic and feed it through there. And I have a couple of safety pins. I don't know if my bodkin would work for this. So I have this humongous safety pin that may or may not fit in there. Yeah, I think it'd fit. Ooh. Yeah, I think it'd fit. Thank you, Jessie. Okay. 1/4 inch black elastic. Where are you? Where did you go? Why would I have moved it away from the table? That's what I want to know. Every cord in here is black, so it kind of blends in with that. Let's see it over here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Usually I find stuff on the floor. Let's see, is it in my trash can? Did I put it back where it actually goes? In here? No. I have some little elastic string. Now I have some white elastic, but I don't have a piece long enough to cut down to 1/4 inch. With the, yes, the diaper pin, exactly. Okay, let me look over here again. And because I put some stuff over here, maybe. Not there. Not there. Well, we may be done. I really want to finish this though. Oh. Why do I lose things all the time? Okay, so here's what I think I'll do. Wait, maybe I put my top drawer. Nope. So here's what I think I will do is get some of that elastic stringy stuff and at least put it through so I can stretch it out and show you what it would look like. Let me see if it's in this. No. And here's some other, is this elastic? I might have found some other elastic. I'm looking for some elastic. I had it out here today when I was getting ready. I wonder if it's under, no. I had it out here today when I was getting ready for the live, and I've lost it. Okay, I found some elastic. It's not the right size. I'm supposed to be using 1/4 inch. But if this will fit through, we are going to use this. So before I cut it, I'm going to see if it will. Let me measure it and mark it. So what I said, 13 inches. Why didn't I write that down? I think that it was 13 inches. Let me see how far it is around this because it's going to be slightly less. So this ends up being 10. 13 inches be too short? I'm going to mark 13 inches. I'm not cutting it, but I'm going to mark it. There's 12 inches, so let's just add a little bit more. Now let's see if we can get this through. Now, I don't think this is that non-roll stuff, but I do think my channel's big enough for this. Okay. I was looking in my little toolbox. I lost my toolbox too. Okay, so let's find the opening. Openings are right here. I'm going to stick that in there and then feed it through. So this is probably how you learned to do this years and years ago. Hey, one nice thing is if you just mark it and you wait to cut it, even if your where it's marked goes into your purse. Oh, I just poked. Oh no, it came on. It's unclipped in there, guys. Oh no. Ah, oh no. All right, take 2. That doesn't look so great there, but it looks fine. Okay, so apparently I need to be careful what I push on so I don't open up the pin. Okay, I feel like it just came open again. I don't know. Maybe not. You think a bodkin will work in this? Kristen? I have my bodkin. I just didn't know if it'd get all the way around this because this is pretty big. Okay, we're halfway through. I hate to have to cut this thing out. I'm over halfway through. You think the bodkin? Oh, look, that's going to be cute. On my second one, I'll try it with the bodkin. Or I might have to pull this backwards because... No, wait. Okay, you think the bodkin? Fine. Fine. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. Going backwards was probably not a bright idea for me. There. It got stuck on something, but I just heard it let loose. Now it's stuck. Help! Now the good news is, here's the seam right there that I can open up and get it out. Okay, now I'm going forward again because it's not wanting to come out backwards. Keep going. Okay. Oh my goodness. It didn't look this difficult in the video. It feels like something is getting caught over there. Something's getting caught right in here. Come on. What are you caught on? Guys, I am stuck. I pin's way up here, but I'm stuck back here. Well, my back of my pin is right there, though. I'm getting angry. It is literally stuck. Hey, Sharon. Welcome in. What are you stuck on? Ow. It is stuck right here. And my pin is way back there too. So it must be my pin stuck on something. You guys, if I just spent all this time sewing this thing and now I can't get this. Chris, I don't think it's the corners of the elastic. It's the metal of the pin. The metal of the pin is stuck on something right here. So, I don't think I have any choice other than to open this up right here. Oh, it finally came free. Okay. I'm so close. All right, let me stretch this out. Thank you, Kristen. Okay, yeah, that metal was stuck right there at that seam. Now, I wonder where my 13-inch, there's my 13-inch mark, right there. There we go. Oops, look at that. Look at it. This is a terrible safety pin. Terrible safety pin. I should let Tim go buy some. He was going to go to Dollar General because this one was so terrible. I was like, no, I'll make it work. And I did. I made it work. Okay. Let's kind of get this stretched out. And then, boy, I did some damage to that. Let me pull this in back out. And then here's my cutting mark. Now, this is a little raggedy, so I'm going to go a little bit longer. And then if I need to, I can cut off some of that raggedy stuff. But I want to make some room here. All right. I have no idea if that's twisted or not. I don't think it is. So I'm just going to overlap those. Overlap these like this, and then we're going to sew it on the sewing machine. I want to pull it out as far as I can. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, last step, guys, last step. We made it through. And this is kind of a little bit of a pain to get under here, but we'll make it work. We will make it work. I'm going angled, and I don't care. We're going to go a few times back and forth, and then I'm going to move it down to the other end of the elastic and sew it back and forth a few times. Whatever works, right? There we go. I know you guys can't see. I can barely see. Okay. Oh, I'm going to be making some homemade baked beans tomorrow. I have my mother-in-law coming over tomorrow night, and we're going to grill hamburgers and make, I'm not making potato salad. And then she's bringing something called a coconut poke cake. Okay. It tried to take me out, but we made it. We just have to make sure the ends, you want to get the ends down in there. And I don't have a ton of room in this because I did not use the 1/4 inch elastic that they told me to use because I lost it. Oh, it's going away. It disappeared. Okay, so last thing she said is if you want to stitch this down, I need to clean up those stitches. Stitch this down, but she said she usually doesn't. And I'm not going to either. So let's kind of stretch it so we even out how much elastic is where. And so it's not really a gathered bag, but it's kind of a gathered bag. It's cute. Ooh, steak, kebabs, and shrimp. That sounds good. Let me get rid of this. Okay, I'm over this purse, and I still have to make a second one for my other gravies. But look at it. Let me get it stretched out a little bit. Besides my pen getting stuck and trying to take me out, look at it. It's cute. It's not a very long strap. I hope she can put it over her little shoulder. If I were doing this again, I don't know. I just need to find a little girl and see if that strap's long enough. Maybe it is. It probably is. But what do you guys think? I like it. Now, she did quilt on hers. She just quilted with the sewing machine, kind of like Gail does on some of her lives. She'll just quilt with the sewing machine. But I have my Barbie fabric. Thank you so much, Dimps. I have my floral, and then I have some paisley for the strap. And if I had enough of the floral, I probably would have done the straps in the floral. But I barely had enough floral to get the lining for my two. I feel like something's hanging from my two bags done. And I wanted to do them exactly the same because I don't want these little girls arguing over the purses. Like, they need to be exactly the same. And I still need to work on this elastic some and get my fabric kind of pulled around, but I'll do that. Okay, we made it. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. Remember, Tamara Demps will be on live. She'll be on live tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Pacific. And I don't know what she's doing yet, but I'm excited to see. So thank you guys for hanging it out with me. There it is. Eventually, well, hopefully this weekend I'll get my second bag done. But if you guys make this, and I do have the video showing it linked in the video description, if you make one of these, please put it in the Facebook group. I'd love to see how yours turned out. All righty. Yes. Bobby, congratulations on your retirement. Look at that crazy hair. Evelyn, happy birthday. And for everyone celebrating the 4th of July. Oh, yeah. We watched the game. Was that just last night against Bosnia? And I don't remember how you say that other country's name that make up their team. It was an interesting, exciting game. Very good game. Yeah, light stuff and film. That's right. Thank you. Whoops. Yes, it's going to be the exact same fabric. I got a fly buzzing around so that they don't argue about who gets which one. I don't want any of that drama while I'm there. Thanks, Addie. All right, you guys have a great evening. We won't see Patrice on. I don't think we'll see Patrice on tomorrow night. You never know with her; she might pop up. But hopefully, I'll see you in the live tomorrow morning with you. So, thanks again. Have a great rest of your weekend. If those of you that are getting tomorrow off, congratulations. And I'll see you soon. Not next Thursday, probably not the Thursday after that, but in 3 Thursdays. All right. Love you guys.